Our control objectives: keep the fire north of Highway 4, keep the fire south of Wentworth Springs Road, keep the fire east of E16 and Fiddletown Road, and keep the fire west of Highway 206 in Nevada. With our current situation, Night Ops.
Good morning. My name is Tim Ernst, Operations Section Chief for CAL FIRE Team 6. We lucked out a little bit yesterday with some of the winds that didn't come up quite as hard as we expected them to. Although we did have some ridge winds last night, probably 20 to 30 miles per hour. To the most part, we had a nice inversion come in, probably around at midnight, 1 o'clock in the morning, that put a real damper on things and slowed a lot of growth. So a lot of opportunity to make some progress last night. I had the chance to fly the fire yesterday right before the sun went down, and I'd have to say from about the Hotel India break all the way around to close to this November pop-up break, we're looking really good. Obviously, there's still a lot of heat on the line itself, but it doesn't look like we're having any pushes on that line throughout the whole incident. So a lot of strong work has gone into this incident now in the last couple of weeks. We appreciate that. Starting at the branch break, everything continues to look really good all the way through Alpha. This one piece of Delta does continue to cause some issues, just doing a lot of heavy mop-up. We did have a little dozer incident where a dozer ended up catching on fire yesterday. This continues just to take a lot of time to really get deep in some of the mop-up. We expect to probably see another 36 to 48 hours before we're able to show full containment here. Everything along Slide Park continues to hold really nicely. We'll probably end up cleaning some of that up, pulling some of that hose out now as well. Moving all the way up to the 50. We do have this one pocket of fuel here right at the Foxtrot Gulf break. That is something we're watching closely. We would like to tie that off. That does continue to show some heat. There were two separate headers coming out of that yesterday afternoon, so that's definitely a concern that we need to continue to watch. Moving up along the 50, the one thing I would ask of you, and I'm sure DayOps will say the same thing, is for resources that are doing tactical patrol in there, we do expect at this point in the operation to see hoses off your rigs, and let's start to do some real serious mop-up in here, and that way we can contain this piece as well. There still is a lot of heat in the drainage, and a lot of that will be accessible from the road. Moving up to this Hotel India break, this continues to be probably one of the biggest challenges of this last shift. We did have a little bit of a slop that's moving northward up here, up towards the wilderness area. That's something we're looking at closely. Wrights Lake is right in here. We're putting contingency lines in and looking for some opportunities there to do structured defense and structured protection in case we were to have a wind shift to push this further to the north. As we move up to the branch break, we're fortunate the fire did not make as strong a push into Tahoe as it did the previous day. A lot of great work is being done here along Highway 50 moving down into the basin. I saw a lot of rigs that had lines going off, firefighters well into the brush here and into the timber doing some really good work. I'd like to see that as well. At the very tip of Kilo here, we've got some great dozer line that protects structures here. So this whole community is looking really good right now. You'll hear about some of our organizational changes, putting structure groups in place today to address sort of that ongoing threat that we see along this whole Kilo area. As we move back down Branch 15, probably one of our major concerns was this Kirkwood Bowl area, where the Kirkwood ski area is. The fire is currently hung up right on the ridge outside of Kirkwood, so that's something we'll be looking at today as one of our priorities. DayOps will talk about that as well. Everything back through Branch 20 continues to be buttoned up. We won't show containment there for a while. We still have a lot of heat. We did a large burn operation at the end of last shift, your last shift. So that continues to stay open, but that's all being tied in real nicely as well. And then Branch 30 continues to look really good. We're strictly in the patrol mode there. There still is some heat on the interior. You still may see some 911 calls. I know that happened last night throughout yesterday's shift. Expect to see that. Expect to hear that probably for the majority of Branch 1 and this piece of Branch 30, even for the next week or so, because there are a lot of interior islands that are still smoking or may still light up for us. That's it in my report. Thank you.